Colonel Cochran. Him and his android army are trying to kill all the children by using Halloween masks with pieces of Stonehenge in them.
Wait. Stop for a second. And the CEO from RoboCop is doing what now?
Yeah, the dude from RoboCop now goes by Colonel Cochran. He opened an Irish Halloween factory in Northern California, and he's trying to kill all the kids in the world with Halloween masks that make them spit out bugs.
Say what?
Yeah, that really is the plot.
No, shut the fuck up. Do you really fucking hear what you're saying?
Yes.
There ain't enough booze in all of Ireland to make this good.
Well, people seem to like it.
What? I'm out.
Dude, we're putting all this work in. What the fuck?
Dude, come on. Really? Seriously?
You know, I go through all this trouble. Why the fuck am I the girl?
Because you got the biggest titties, lad.
Oh, fuck you. Let's just go inside and do this fucking review. Fuck this movie anyways. Why are you still wearing the mustache?
I don't know. It makes me feel like a 70s porn star.
You know it's just construction paper.
No, it's not.
You don't need to have sharp objects.
Why?
I don't know. Because you do things like this with them? I mean, that poor guy. I told you.
High five.
The thing's starting to stink, you know.
No, it's not. We're good. Well, hello, everybody. This is, of course,
BroncoJuggalo. What's up, y'all?
and Bill.
And today, we're doing my absolute favorite movie in the Halloween franchise.
Oh.
No, we're not. That was a huge joke. Today, we are doing 1982's Halloween 3.
Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Number
Season
3.
of the Witch. The one and only Halloween entry without the Michael Myers storyline.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. If they say, oh, you don't like it just because it doesn't have that storyline or doesn't have Michael Myers in it, that's stupid. I don't care. It sucks.
Michael Myers is in it. He has a commercial.
Yeah, well, my opinion is this movie's shit. He likes it,
I do.
but he can't tell me why.
Well, we're going to get into it.
Yeah, so this movie was directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. It stars Tom Atkins and some other chick whose name I can't remember.
Hence the mustache.
And it also stars the guy from RoboCop. And if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry. Dan O'Healy is Colonel Cochran. Tom Atkins plays Dr. Don Chalice. And the chick, I don't remember what her name is in the movie either, so I really don't care. But she's hot. I'll give her that. She's hot. But whatever.
Yeah.
So our plot is, well, we already talked about the plot, didn't we?
Now let's go through a little bit more.
The plot is Colonel Cochran, a Irish toy maker who happens to be a warlock, hence the season of the witch part, which I'm glad they threw that in or else we wouldn't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know what the fuck's going on most of the time.
He wants to
This is
kill
falling
all the
off.
children in the world. Oh well.
Aw, no more 70s porn star. Aw, it still wants to stay around.
He wants to kill all the children in the world, so he comes up with these Halloween masks that he sells through his toy company, Silver Shamrock, which has the dumbest and most annoying and catchy jingle of all time on their commercials.
8 more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 8 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
God, why me?
That about it?
Yeah. Inside these masks is little pieces of Stonehenge of a block that they happen to cart all the way from the UK with nobody noticing, by the way, that there was a big piece of Stonehenge missing.
That weighs a lot.
And it's He puts it inside the little microchip that's inside the mask. And then, oh, by the way, the microchip can shoot lasers. They make
Lasers!
bugs come out of your face.
Fire
And
the
snakes.
laser.
And, yeah, all kinds of weird shit. And he also has an army of androids. Yes.
He has an army of Ken dolls.
Is the plot of this movie. I'm not kidding.
I wish he was, but, for some reason, I kind of like this film. I don't know why.
So do a lot of people these days. I don't get that either. It only seems like in the last 3 or 4 years that the hate for this movie has turned into a weird kind of love.
And you know what? I'm going to call you out right now, all you people that like this movie now. I actually liked this movie when we were kids. So,
I didn't.
You're a bunch of posers.
Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. This movie sucks ass.
I don't know why, but I like it.
I've never liked this movie. I will never like this movie. We watched it the other night to prepare for this review. I'm taking notes, right? A lot more cons than pros, let me tell you. I fell asleep again during the climax of the film.
He always falls asleep during climax.
There is no climax in this film. It's so anticlimactic, it's not funny.
Your poor wife.
Bite me. That's your plot, guys. Colonel Cochran, toy maker, trying to kill the kids with Halloween masks, has an army of robots. Tom Atkins is going to stop him.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he's going to stop him.
Why didn't he have an army of Ed 209s?
I don't know.
That would have been cool.
The reason this film even exists is that John Carpenter thought that the Michael Myers storyline with the ending of part 2 was completed. And Mustafa Akkad and they all got together and they decided they wanted to turn Halloween into an anthology series. They thought they could tell a series of different stories. That didn't work out the way they thought.
No.
This movie bombed badly in the box office. Everybody hated it. Everybody wanted Michael back. And yeah, I get it because I still hate it and I still wanted Michael back. One interesting fact is that there is one of the alumni from the cast of Halloween in this movie, and that is Jamie Lee Curtis. A lot of people don't know, but she actually plays the voice of the lady over the speaker box in the factory.
Ah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it though, guys. So pros and cons time, and I'm going to say we start with pros. Hey everybody, it's Tom Sizemore.
Hi.
Just kidding. What's his name again? Tom Atkins?
Tom Atkins.
That's who it is, Tom Atkins. So yeah, pros, guys. I'm going to kick off with my first one, and that is John Carpenter's score. Very synthy, very 80s, really good. Not quite as good as the Halloween score, the original Halloween score, but it is really good. The music, as always with John Carpenter films, is excellent.
Okay.
That's it. Go ahead.
All right. My first pro for me. The town of Santa Maria in the movie. It is a creepy little town. If you've ever actually been to a place, and I'll name one right here in New Mexico, Las Vegas, New Mexico.
That's a pretty good sized town, though.
Nah, not back when I went there. It is. It's creepy. They didn't have surveillance cameras everywhere, but people do stare at you. If they don't know you in a small little town like that, they fucking just...
They do that in Moriarty now.
And Moriarty's full of drug dealers and crack addicts.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the surveillance cameras everywhere, the curfew at 6 p.m., and all the residents that are just staring at anybody that's not a resident. It is. It's a pro for me. It's a creepy little town. Out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Not to mention the worship of the toy guy.
Yeah, oh. Yes.
A great man.
He's a great man. Well, that's my first pro. The town is creepy.
My second pro is that a few of the kills performed in this movie when a kill was done, and there weren't many of them, But when a kill was done, there was some pretty interesting stuff. There was one where the android takes his thumb and his forefinger and reaches right into the guy's eyes, pushes the eyes all the way in, grabs, I don't know what it is, the cartilage behind the nose. And the skull,
I think he grabbed that part right here.
Just like yanks it up and just breaks it all and kills the dude. And that was pretty cool.
Yes.
That's pretty much it, though, for me. What's your next pro?
Okay, my next pro is the guy from RoboCop. He's a great actor. What was his name again?
Dan O'Healy.
Dan O'Healy.
Dan O'Healy, I believe.
His performance was good. He is just kind of a creepy guy, and he plays an evil CEO type leader dude pretty good.
He was in this for the paycheck. You could tell.
No, he still acted well. He did. I like his performance in this film, even though it's, I don't know what to call this film, but I do like his performance.
My final pro is this movie makes a great sedative. I'm telling you, put it on, you'll be out in 10 minutes.
Except for me.
Great sleep aid, guys. Who needs Ambien? Just put on Halloween 3.
Alright. I actually do have one more pro. I actually kind of like the Men in Black. They're just kind of creepy and...
Not the Men in Black, it's the Backstreet Boys in freaking suits. There literally is a scene where it looks like they're lining up to go Backstreet's back. I'm like, oh.
Watch where you're pointing that thing, man. But no, I actually kind of do like them a little bit. They turn out to be robots, and that kind of made sense at the end with how they were just unanimated. But yeah, I didn't mind the Men in Black at all.
Dude, nothing in this movie makes sense.
That's alright. It's movie magic.
This movie is so gay. I told you guys this was going to be a crap.
Let's take that out of his hand.
You know, I'm sorry.
That's why sucks. I'm not even going to do the rest of this franchise with him. He needed somebody to say something positive about the film.
Well, that in time, I wanted to get this one out, before the new movie comes out. So I didn't have time to do just once a week, because that's really the only time we have to film is once a week.
Yeah.
I wanted to get it out, but I've been waiting to do this franchise because this is, contrary to this and a couple other entries, it's still my favorite franchise.
Hey.
I think half the franchise sucks, but it's still my favorite franchise.
Well, yeah, just like mine is Friday the 13th, and yeah, some of those films.
My second one is Nightmare on Elm Street, and in my opinion, there's only one bad film and one forgettable film in that one, but this one is still my favorite. It is my absolute favorite. It has been since I was about a teenager. When I was a younger kid, the Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite, but now this one is. I just don't like this movie. And there's a couple others I don't like, which we'll get into shortly, believe me.
Yeah, he'll get into them. I might get into them with some of them if he wants me to.
Depends on if we're around or when we get going,
Yeah.
But we got some other stuff we got coming up that might be interesting. We're going to do Maniac. We're going to do... eventually, the Maniac Cop series. We're going to have some fun.
Yes.
We're going to do the Aliens franchise eventually.
Yes.
Maybe even branch it off and then do the Predators so we can do Alien and Predators. Maybe eventually.
Maybe.
All that stuff, I ain't going nowhere, guys. This channel's going just bigger and bigger, so I ain't going nowhere.
I don't plan on going anywhere unless I'm abducted.
Or killed.
Yeah.
In your sleep.
Huh. Foreshadowing. Dun dun dun. So I guess the cons now, right?
Yep, the cons. Con number one for me, and oh my god, do I catch shit for saying this? Because Tommy Lee Wallace, who did a lot of work on parts 1 and 2, as far as the look of the film goes, he wasn't cinematographer up with Dean Cundy, but he was a production manager, I believe, and he did a lot of the look of the film. He directed this film, so I catch a lot of shit from hardcore fans for saying this. Even Drum Dum said this to me. He's like, wow, I can't believe you said that. But it's how I feel about it. It really is. Yep. This movie, to me, feels like they took a great A rating franchise and stuck a B movie right in the center. It looks cheap. The script is terrible. The ideas are dumb. And I don't see how anybody in their right mind can like this film. I've got lots of friends that do, and I swear they're all nuts.
I am. I'll admit it right away. And I like this film.
Sorry, Jason.
I have no idea who you are, but I'm with you.
Horrific Nightmares. He's a good guy. I do a lot of stuff with him on the channel. He sent me his name is Jason.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I kind of watched it without you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll watch it again with you.
All right.
It's a cool documentary. It's really good. But anyways, sorry, going off on there. But yeah, I do. I really feel this movie looks cheap. It feels cheap. It really feels to me like they took a B movie and just stuck it right in the middle of a great franchise.
All right. Time for my first con. Okay. My first con is you could have made this film without putting the Halloween franchise attached to it.
That's everybody's con.
I know it was the Halloween franchise. Even with 2 movies, it's still in its infancy. But you didn't need this. This could have... I mean, come on.
That's what everybody says. Call it Season of the Witch, take the Halloween part off, and it's a good movie.
And
it's still not to me. I still think it's a stupid movie.
Look, I don't care what you say. Because every time I watch this movie, the only real bad thing I really see is... Where is Michael Myers? Where in the world is Michael Myers? You know, kind of like that Carmen Sandiego. We could do a theme song. Where is Michael Myers? Where is Michael Myers? Where is Michael Myers? Where in the world is he?
Have you taken your medication today?
What meds?
Never mind.
Anyways, let's get into his next con.
Alright, my next con, and this is a weird one for me, and I don't know if people look at it this way or not. Okay, this movie starts, approximately 8 days before Halloween?
Yes, 8 more days before Halloween, 8 more days before Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
And then as each day passes, they put a little countdown on the screen. 3 more days to Halloween, 2 more days to Halloween. Well, right? Something happens on the 8th day. Something happens on the 7th day. Nothing happens on day 5, 4, or 3. Something happens on day 2. Something happens on Halloween. Why didn't they just base this movie and start it like 2 days before Halloween?
Because it's not as catchy as 8 more days for Halloween, Halloween, 8 more days for Halloween.
Alright, we're already about to get into another con. But anyways, seriously, what was the point of that? It completely took away the build-up. The entire build-up was towards Halloween. And it took away all anticipation. It took away all tension by doing this countdown that just, 1 day was, and then it was, nothing happened during most of the days. So I don't get why they didn't just place it a couple days before. It might have made this movie flow a little better.
So the flow.
Well, particularly that in particular, the flow is another problem, and that's in the entire movie. That's another con I've got, is the flow of this entire movie. I mean, it's so slow. And it feels like it's done pretty quickly. But at the same time, like, what they're doing is just like... And there's no real action in it either, aside from the androids. But even the androids, it's like they're just walking around trying to catch Tom Atkins. They're not actually doing anything.
Run, Tom Atkins!
They're not running. He just kind of... And like, I love it when he crawls under the station, the computer stations and all, to unplug it. Or the cliche when they're behind the rack of clothes and it's moving across.
I thought that was a Scooby-Doo thing.
It looks like a Scooby-Doo moment, exactly. I'm just like... You can tell that they did not take this movie seriously while filming it.
Probably people were on drugs.
I wouldn't be surprised. They were on Halloween 5. And I like Halloween 5. If y'all don't like Halloween 5, you're nuts. And I'll tell you why when I get to that review.
All right.
I understand not liking this one, but Halloween 5, I don't get that at all.
Okay, let's stop him from his tangent here. My next con. Stonehenge. How the fuck do you move a giant rock all the way from Europe to Northern California?
With nobody noticing, a piece of Stonehenge is missing.
Oh, they did notice, but...
I didn't see it on any of the... Or did I fall asleep during that?
You might have fell asleep. There were news reports saying, a piece of Stonehenge is missing.
No, I wasn't.
Like, how the fuck do you move that? That thing's got to... Every rock there has got to weigh at least 2 or 3 tons, if not more, a piece.
Yeah. And then they were chipping off little pieces of little tiny pieces. You think they could have just went to Stonehenge, chipped off some pieces, and then brought it back?
Well, maybe they want all of it.
Well, they didn't even use all of it. I mean, literally, it was Halloween night. And that's another thing too. They were talking about how disbursement of these masks went. Come on, it's obvious that not every kid in the world got one. It's very obvious. They got it to what, maybe 200 kids in the entire world?
And how many countries don't even recognize Halloween? There's something to consider.
Dude, really, when it comes to this movie, there's nothing for me to consider. This movie's just shit. They didn't think out any part of this film. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up again who the screenwriter is, but damn, they just suck.
So you think he should be shot?
No, that's Rob Zombie for what he did to the Halloween franchise. And
you think this guy should be burned at the stake? Still not violent enough?
This movie sucks, but I get what they were trying to do, so in my opinion, it doesn't disrespect the franchise like Rob Zombie's Halloween does.
Ooh, I got it. Let's break out the Iron Maiden.
That might work.
There we go. Pointy and fun and coffin thingy.
Yep. Alright guys, my next con. People might say this is nitpicky. I don't care. That fucking song is annoying.
8 more days till Halloween.
Shut
up. Halloween. 8 more days till Halloween. Silver Shamrock.
I fucking hate that song. And I know so many people that have it as their ringtone. My friends love to sing it every time. We were on a live stream, and the entire live stream, except for me, busted into that song.
8 more days till Halloween.
Shut up!
Oh, I'm gonna play this off for a long time.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's your next con?
Oh, look, I got one more left.
Oh, a couple more.
Wait. Remember.
Go ahead.
Okay. My next con, and it's really the last con for me, and guess what? He's probably got 20 or 50 more.
Not that many, but close.
Yeah. And hopefully I'm going to touch on one of them, that way we get one of them out of the way of his. Ellie, at the end of the movie, is one of the robots. Yeah. No.
Yeah, what happened to the actual Ellie? What happened to her?
I don't know.
She wasn't a robot leading up to it. It happened while they kidnapped her.
They kidnapped her, and now she's a robot. And she seems a lot stronger.
Actually, that's not one of my cons.
Really? I didn't like it.
I see.
Bad plot
If you've never seen it, you see that coming. Because nothing's happening, you see that coming.
Yeah, and she doesn't do anything. After he rescues her, she doesn't really do anything.
He rips her arm off.
No, she doesn't do anything during the film.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
You can tell. It's like she's going to be a robot and going to attack him inside the car. Which, by the way, I actually do like Oldsmobiles.
Yeah. Fun fact here: he has pretty much the exact same car. That's in the movie. Almost. There's a little difference, but it looks just like it.
It even has the same white trim.
Yeah, it's even the same color. And we were going to use it in the film, but it's kind of buried beneath I used it there in the beginning, but we couldn't get it out, so we used my truck instead. Sorry. Anyways, my next con is... Okay, I've already touched on this a little bit, so I'm just going to glaze over real quick. Just real quick mention it. I've been touching on it throughout this whole review. The story. Story is shit. It's so convoluted. So many different things are happening. What the fuck is going on half the time is what I'm sitting there asking myself.
Acting?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just bad.
Acting.
Yeah, that's kind of another con for me too. As you said, the one guy I will give props to is Colonel Cochran. Dan O'Healy, I believe is how you say his name. He does a good job. He's the only one I think in this movie does a good job. Tom Atkins, paycheck. Chick that Tom Atkins gets to fuck in the movie, I don't remember her name, paycheck. Everybody else in this movie, bad actors or paychecks.
Okay, I got one more con then.
What's that?
The sex scene. We didn't even get to see her tits. Worst sex scene ever. We didn't get to see her titties. So, okay. Yeah, I had one
You can tell who's single here, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe if you got, like, some surgery to clear up all that disfiguration.
That never worked. I'd still look like I just walked out of a burn board.
Halloween 1 made $70 million in the box office off a $325,000 budget. Now, these days, $70 million is not a lot. But back in 1978, it was a fuckload.
Yeah, that was a lot of money.
Halloween 2 made a lot of money in the box office. Halloween 3, you think, because of the successes of those two, would have had a good budget.
No.
Why are the... I actually don't know what the budget is on this film. I couldn't find it.
They probably don't want you to know.
Why are the effects so shitty? Okay, there's a part where there's a lady, she's a Halloween store owner or something like that, and she's fiddling around with one of the microchips from the mask because it fell off. And it shoots a laser beam at her, and it looks terrible. All the effects in this movie look like really bad 70s effects. Okay, this has already been a successful franchise. You'd think they could have afforded a little better effects. So that is one of my cons is the effects in this film. That leads me to my next con. The bugs coming out of the lady after the laser beam shoots her. I guess that's where the witchcraft comes in.
Ooh.
How the fuck does a laser beam start making bugs crawl out of your face?
I don't know. Maybe it's...
Once again,
magic?
Bad writing, bad storytelling, bad. Shame. Shame on you. I can't say shame on Mustafa Akkad because God rest his soul. He was an amazing guy who loved this franchise and gave us many great movies. He gave us some shit ones too, but that wasn't his fault.
No.
He trusted people to get us good movies and they didn't deliver. So, whether I like this movie or hate it, thank you, Mustafa Akkad. I love you. Next con for me. I got
How many more do you have?
Just a couple.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be a while.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll fuck it. I'm just gonna say this. A lot of people, including people that I respect, people I like, people that are friends of mine, say, and I mentioned this earlier, say that if you don't like this movie because it doesn't have Michael in it, and that's your only reason, which by the way, it's not. Lots of reasons why I don't like this movie.
He's got a lot.
But I will say this, when I first saw this movie, because I didn't see this movie when it came out in theaters. I didn't see this movie until I was a bit older, actually. Until I was, high school? I think you showed me this movie for the first time.
Yes, I did.
And I didn't like it. And I didn't like the fact that it didn't have Michael. I'm sorry. The movie's called fucking Halloween.
Yes.
It should have had Michael. Now, that is coming from somebody who didn't watch it back in the day in the theater. That's someone who watched it, when he was in high school. Late 90s, okay? If it's a stupid reason or not. I love Michael Myers. I love this franchise. The absence of Michael Myers in this movie is what killed this movie. You know what? They could have put Colonel Cochran in this movie. They could have put androids in this movie. They could have put stupid Halloween masks that kill people in this movie. If they would have put Michael Myers in this movie, I guarantee you it would have made at least $30 more million.
Maybe.
Guaranteed.
Maybe.
It would have. Just by him being in it, people would have watched it. People would have been more interested.
Oh wow, we could have had him just walk down the street and that would be
Pretty much. If you say Michael Myers just walks up, people would probably watch this movie.
And you asked me if I had my meds.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I don't like the fact that it didn't have Michael. I don't like what they tried to do here. I get it. I just don't like it. So yeah, it is still a con for me. Say what you will, call me what you want. I don't care. It still bothers me that they didn't put Michael in this movie.
It's all right. He'll be in the next one.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That is one point I will concede. I don't remember who said it either. I can't remember if it was Sean, Jason, or Hellhound. Or maybe it was Joe from the Horror Man. One of them said this to me in a comment or something. That if it wasn't for this movie, though, Part 4 wouldn't have been nearly as effective. Because Part 4 is considered one of the best Halloween films ever made.
Yeah.
And it was a great return for Michael Myers. The return of Michael Myers. Maybe they're right. Maybe I should thank this movie for not having him. Maybe I should thank this movie for being shitty. Because maybe we wouldn't have gotten Part 4 and such a great movie out of Part 4 without this bomb of a failure.
Well, just...
You know?
Well, just like Friday the 13th, Part 6. Maybe we wouldn't have gotten such a great film if it wasn't for...
Them trying something different.
Part 5, the new beginning.
Yeah. And you know what? That's probably true, but it's still a shitty movie.
Yes.
I'm sorry, nobody's ever going to change my mind on that. I try, guys. I try so hard to like this film.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have tried. I've watched it repeatedly by myself over and over again. Every time I marathon Halloween, well, not anymore. I stopped, but I used to watch this movie every time I marathon Halloween. I still even watch Halloween Rob Zombie's movie. Sometimes I skip H2 because that movie... you think I think this one's bad. Just wait till I get to H2.
Yeah. That was shit.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, before I go... Don't get me started right now, okay? I've still got a few reviews till I get to that piece of crap. Anyways, yeah, I tried. I just can't like this movie. Everybody keeps telling me now how good it is. People say, oh, it's great. Oh, it's not this. Oh, it's grown on me. It hasn't grown on me. I still fall asleep every time I watch it. This movie is like Jeepers Creepers for me. Every movie in the Jeepers Creepers franchise, I fall asleep during. Why is that? Because they suck. Because they don't hold my attention.
Those movies are garbage.
So, anyways, though, guys, that's it for now. This is BroncoJuggalo.
Hey, favorite kills.
I don't really have one in this movie. No.
All right, well, I do. I like the skull kill that he already mentioned on.
I guess I'll go with that one, too.
Yes, in hospital room, and if you didn't notice, 13. They put him in hospital room number 13.
I didn't notice.
Yes, that was my favorite kill. So, and his too.
Alright, yeah, I'll go with that one. Anyways, guys, BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's time for the big giveaway. Halloween has come. All you lucky kids with silver shamrock masks, gather round your TV set, put on your masks, and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns, gather round and watch. Watch the magic pumpkin. Watch.